Hello everyone, I'm here at the infamous Logan High School. The football soccer facility where if you wear a mask, you get tased and arrested. Hey guys, hey, I'm serious, I'm here. I showed up watching my son play soccer, and yes, those are the bleachers in which the poor young lady got tased, and she was not wearing a mask. So obviously we see it went national news. Tucker Carlson picked it up, etc., etc. Way down here in Southern Ohio, watching my son play soccer, and so I just kind of want to give an update on the experience I'm having as a freedom patriot, non-mask wearer. Went to the gate, was a police officer there and school officials, told them I had a medical exemption, explained to them that I wasn't going to be wearing a mask today, and they at first were very gracious. I told them there's no place. The police officer asked me, would you have some kind of paperwork, or I told him there's no place in the governor's order that I'm required to provide paperwork, based on HIPAA laws and the Americans with Disabilities Act. It can potentially be illegal for these people to ask me for documentation. Plus, there's no legal precedent as of right now for that in Ohio. No, I don't think a judge has ruled upon what the stipulations and criteria would be for people to provide medical paperwork. What kind of provider it has to be, what the credentialing is, what the relevant diagnoses would be to have an exemption. So none of that's been ruled on, because obviously no judge wants to touch that. So brought all that up. Told them I wouldn't be wearing a mask. They called some school officials down. I will say, the school officials there, the police officer that was there, very kind. They wanted to work with me. They wanted to talk through the situation. I will say, if school officials came down, he asked me for medical paperwork as well. Told him the same thing. It's not required within the governor's order. You're potentially violating HIPAA laws and Americans with Disabilities Act. Plus, there's no precedent. I could have my grandma write a note for me. No judge has set a precedent for it. So anyway, they were very gracious. He walked me over. We looked through the bylaws. He said, look, some counties have more laws are a little bigger in addition to the governor's orders. They showed me in their bylaws here in Logan County that if you can't wear a mask, you have to wear a face shield. They did have face shields there available for free, which hey, it was cool. It was pretty cool. They were nice, very nice face shields. I told them I wouldn't be wearing that as well today. So they basically looked at the bylaws and they said, well, if you can't wear the face shield and can't wear the mask, then then technically we can't have you in the facility. So they were very nice. Some other school officials came down. They came to me and they said, look, if you go around to this other part of the stadium, they told me to drive my car around, come around where this gravel, some part of this gravel parking lot was. They said, we want. It's a great vantage point. You can watch the game from there. We want you to watch your son play. So I just want to update. I mean, they're very kind people. The police officer was very cordial. They were trying to work with me. Obviously, they're doing a bunch of kabuki theater. Some of the laws and policies are obviously ridiculous. They got plastic up over like a piece of the concession stand, and just. I am. Oh no, I want Airheads. Hey, I want Airheads.
No, literally, they're not selling suckers because of COVID.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Say that again.
No, don't. You're not posting that anywhere.
Okay.
My face don't want to be on freaking.
It's not your face. You have a mask on, so Hey, can I?
Zoomed in really.
Is it? What? Is it? This is what it's like to be in jail.
Look how close it is.
I'm in
No,
jail.
it's like super far zoomed in. Like you can't. The only thing you can see is your eye. Here, let me help you. Put it towards here.
Can you see?
No, put it towards here. Let me help.
Some of the different things going on, obviously, from a nurse's perspective. Some of these things are just kind of, you're playing theater. It's not really relevant, so it's just kind of a training. So other than that, obviously, it's a little bit authoritarian and kind of Nazi-esque. But they're good people. I think, some of these people were kind of mislabeled maybe down here. School official seemed kind. He was, he wanted to work with me, and it was a pretty good experience. And they tried to help me out. So I just want to leave it at that. Obviously this is where we're at in America today. But we got to challenge the system. Not in a mean, evil, but I try to be respectful. But we got to challenge the thinking behind this, and know our rights, go to the full limit, and exercise our rights to the fullest possible extent of the law. Because if just like Benjamin Franklin said when he was coming out of the First Continental Congress, and the young lady ran up to him and said, "Sir, what is going on inside of there?" And everybody was, enthusiastic about what kind of they were forming in there, a government. And he said, "Ma'am, it's a republic if you can keep it." And that's where we're at today. It's our responsibility as the individual to maintain and keep this republic. And unfortunately, the tree of liberty is watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots. And that doesn't, it doesn't just mean, blood as people are dying. This is blood, sweat, and tears too. So I'm just saying it's a symbol of sacrifice. That tree of liberty is watered with the sacrifice of men and women, our soldiers, but also everyday today's citizens like you and me, standing up, sacrificing, being uncomfortable, and being willing to stand up for our rights, call out things, and just call out the truth, and be willing to face the persecution that comes from it. And that's what Jesus did. That's what people who have been patriots, people who have been trailblazers throughout history, they just stand up and they say the truth, they call it like it is, and they're willing to have the courage to face the flack that comes from that. So I just want to encourage you, stand up, do that. You don't have to be evil. We can be respectful, but we got to challenge the system. We have to get involved. We have to engage. So this is your update from Logan County, the mass Tased facility. So hey, other than that, you guys stay real, all right? And you keep that Old Glory right there, all right? We need to keep her flying true, all right? You keep her flying true. The only way that can happen is if you and I continue to fight for her, all right? And keep her pure, keep her clean, and keep her from being tainted by tyrants.